Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Name is Reginald Staten, and once again coming from Raleigh, North Carolina, and just so excited to be able to continue to share with you the wisdom that I've learned through life. And such a beautiful day here. We had some rain earlier, and this is the second video I've been able to record today. And just because I had the time and I really have some things on my heart, just really wanted to share with people. I've been meeting so many people over the last number of months and years that people are in so many different places. But the number one chord has been just a point of contentment, a point of fulfillment, and just wanting to know what they're pursuing is correct. I mean, I was in this place a number of years ago. Excuse me. I grew up in the Detroit, Michigan area. Two older sisters. My mother and father married for a number of years. They're 30 plus years of marriage, and grew up in a lower middle income class family. And religion was a big part of our lives as his family, and working hard, pursuing education. So these are some of the fundamental pillars that have really founded families in America. Maybe not so much nowadays with, certain things have changed, but that's where I've come from. And, coming from that place where, my father, obviously he was doing well income wise, but there was some things that I wanted differently from my life. Not saying that I disrespect my father by no means, but we are all created differently. And I seen a different way for myself. I wanted business. I wanted the degrees. I wanted the success. I remember telling my sister I was going to have my first million by 25 years old. And that came and went. But needless to say, I've had my fair share of my list of things that I believe to be success. And so, as I was growing up, I was always known to be the guy that was pretty good at technology. I was working on websites when I was younger. When I was, in middle school, I was caddying for a private golf course near our home, making pretty good money for a young guy in middle school. And I was also entrepreneurial minded. I remember starting, a small, what I call landscape company, but really it was just a young guy and a borrowed lawnmower from his father that was servicing some of the neighborhood, and was able to make a few bucks that way. Got on the computer, called the company Green Grounds, and printed out some contracts. And I was just really motivated and really ambitious, and I really wanted to pursue that. And as time grew on, I did some other things, and then as I really got into high school, then life started taking a different direction. And not that life took me on its own, it was because of bad decision making and not having a good foundation internally. See, you can be in a good environment and not actually absorb what the environment is attempting to communicate with you. And in the environment that my parents tried to facilitate, the overwhelming thing was to know God. And through a misunderstanding from generation to generation, the way that we were communicating that was in very different ways. So their way of saying knowing God was go to church, attend Bible study, be a part of what the local church is doing. Also at the same time, be involved with school, be involved with education, have fun with your friends, but don't let them change you because God has something better for you. So, you hear a number of different terminologies, and, maybe you didn't grow up in that, but that's where I come from. And so my overwhelming point of encouragement that I desire to communicate with people is to know your purpose by knowing God. So how can we do that? How can we properly establish that? Because the background I come from led me to a place where I really didn't have anything concrete in my heart. And when I was in my high school years, right after graduation, DUI, drug possession, and time in jail. That'll cause you to think, right? Forced to sit down and evaluate. How did I get here? Where did I go wrong? And was it someone that I allowed to lead me that caused me to go this way? Was it obviously my bad decision making? Either way, but where were the fundamental truths? Where was the foundation? And I started asking all these questions, and the one thing I kept coming back to was the Bible. The Bible in itself is a book and a text. That is no discriminatory statement. That is no disrespectful statement. But I didn't understand that without understanding the principles, the laws, the intent of these messages, the intent of the stories, and everything that's communicated there was just a lot of uncertainty. But one thing I came to know through a point of desperation, through a point of truly wanting to seek and discover who the Creator is, I began to understand who Reginald Jordan Staten is. And so that is my point of encouragement for everyone I meet. Whether you're someone that said, hey, I don't really believe in your God, no problem. Whether you're someone that says, hey, I'm a Muslim, I believe in the Quran, I believe in, this way, no problem. All I'm saying is I found out that there is one Creator, and He has a way of verifying everything He does. So as I continue to travel down this road and learn more about who I am and constantly desiring to know more of the Creator, there were a lot of things internally that were beginning to change. And, this brought so many great benefits in my life of desiring to actually love people, desiring to be within a community context, desiring to express my passions in a way that's beneficial for others, not just those closest to me. And so this place of knowing God, this place of knowing purpose and redefining what success is. I was a part of a motivational organization that said success is working really hard, establishing financial streams of income, and then being able to enjoy all your time with family and not have to worry about stashing up for the 401k, not having to worry about, paying for trips on credit, but being able to pay for things in cash. And all of those things may be good and well, but once again, if we define success by the financial income, if we define success by a certain status socially, then we can be all led astray and just unsure about the type of life that we should create. So we all really just need to just ponder that. And I'm not saying I'm asking you to, rethink the current path that you're on. No, because I've even found that the Creator has ways of directing us towards our purpose without actually even having that solid relationship with Him that He desires. Does He want it to stay like that? By no means. But because there is such an intense love for everything and everyone that He has created, He desires to bring us all to a place of success where our plans are succeeding, our relationships are thriving, our health is just as it should be. Emotionally, we're healthy. Every day we wake up, we're looking outside, and we're embracing life with the glass half full mentality versus the glass half empty. The place of just enjoying everything that's around us, overcoming trials, overcoming setbacks, defeating challenges, and just being at a place of conquering and knowing that we are a force of nature. That is what the Creator desires for all of us. So I really just want to encourage everyone today to know that the Creator loves you just as you are. He loves you so much that He doesn't want you to stay just as you are, but He loves you that way. What does that statement mean? It sounds confusing. Yes, it does. All it means is this. The Creator has a certain image in mind for you that wants you to get to a certain place in life, a certain place of foundation, of understanding the principles, the laws that govern life, and understanding what success means for you and how that can bring about so much love, so much fulfillment, and allow you to be part of the global community of the human family, progressing all towards the common good, and just to be in this place of contentment. That is one thing that American society does not understand: contentment. Does that mean settling? No, it doesn't. Does that mean just only setting the bar so high so we can achieve it and say that I've succeeded? No, it doesn't. But what it means is that in every situation, we strive our best, but we are content with ourselves, and we don't bash ourselves. We don't compare ourselves on social media. We don't look at the news and impress that same negative mindset on ourselves. That we become naturally inspired. We become naturally motivated. And this is a place where life begins to be enjoyable. I remember being 18, 19 years old, coming home so frustrated, punching holes in the wall of my parents' home. And so obviously I had to patch up the walls and got familiar with drywall patch kits. But it was at a place of, just so much depression, honestly. And I even think about some of our mothers in America today. I think about what my wife went through and not even understanding what postpartum is. That the world tells all the mothers that, hey, if you stay at home, you leave your career, that you're just a stay-at-home mom. And you think about all the emotional changes, the hormonal changes that women have to go through. And, for so many that have gone through that, I just think about more areas of depression that the world puts upon you. But on the other side of things, you have just given life. You have just birthed life. Men cannot do that. There is something so special and unique about women. I have been learning more and more. So often, honestly, from the era that I grew up in and many others before it, there's this context that, women as spouses and women are helpers, or, just they are the wife, the missus. But I've learned that in any situation, if you are seeking help, you want someone equally strong or stronger in that area where you want help. For a basic example, if I'm moving furniture, I don't want somebody that's, just can help me turn it a little. I want somebody that can grab their end, pick up, and let's go. Let's load it up. Let's move it to where we're going to go. And so I've learned that same thing about my wife, that she is by no means my weaker half. She is actually stronger than me in a number of areas. And so these perspectives, these mindsets that we have just embraced throughout, different points of history, throughout different eras, throughout different circumstances and situations in our life, some of them we need to be removed of completely and understand that the Creator has something so much greater for all of us, and He loves us so much. So I don't care what, area of life that you find yourself in, believe and know that you are created for awesome things. And as you begin to know God, as you begin to embrace with who you are and who you've been created to be, find a place of contentment, of satisfaction and joy in that. I embrace who I am now. I am 28 years old. I'm an African-American male in Raleigh, North Carolina, the United States of America. And I am absolutely thrilled with who I am. I love my facial hair. I love everything about myself. I love my stature. I love my strength. I love my slim physique. Is that me being arrogant? No, that is me embracing self-love because I've discovered the Creator and He doesn't make anything by mistake. So once you get to this place, and I'm honestly just getting there myself, but I am learning to love this place, and I am learning to encourage other people to discover this place of contentment, of joy, of satisfaction, and just enjoying everything that there is to enjoy in life. So as you go out throughout your day-to-day, be encouraged and encourage someone else. And let's do our best to discipline our tongues, to discipline our thoughts, and focus on things, the good things, things that are based in truth, things that are based in love, things that are good, things that are encouraging, things that actually breed and give way to life. Let's focus on these areas. So as you do that, I know that the Creator will bring you to know Him, to know God, to discover your purpose. So be encouraged and have an awesome, awesome day. Take care.